Vamos.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes. Hello. In life, be ready to attend 1,000 funerals of your former self, but also 1,000 births of who you're meant to be. I hail from an amazing family of people driven by hospitality without ever having set foot behind a bar or in service. They've always been in service to everyone, opened their house, their hearts, their home. These are my parents, and this is my dad. We also are a very politicized family. He went to university, the first of his family, in political science, and I followed in his footsteps. We are cut from the same cloth. It took us 30 years to get along. I love him so much. We grew up also in a period in Quebec of massive turmoil within our country. I was hated on for being an Anglophone in a small Francophone place. I learned how to welcome even more people, and I never wanted anyone to feel that way. I know for a lot of people here in the US, everyone kind of feels it. I wanted to be Canada's next prime minister. I was gonna be the first female until Kim Campbell, but that was who I wanted to be. And ask anyone in my high school yearbook, that's literally what's still written everywhere. Kate was gonna be prime minister. I was gonna change the world. I would travel the world through model UNs. Went to university, I did that, political science, right? PR management, that's what I wanted to do. And I would change hearts and minds. How did I put myself through all these travels? Bars and restaurants. My family would even come and see me on like December 24th when I was stuck working with my sister. She was next to me in that picture. She's cut out a little, but they would come and see me, and I loved what I did. Working in a bar and in a restaurant was where I was able to actually exert all of that stuff that my Irish upbringing with my parents brought me into. I was student union president, I was vice president, I was national, federal, whatever, every single aspect that you can think of. I spent 4 years where I removed myself from bars and restaurants to dedicate myself to the first steps in the next portion of my life, which was politics. And I died. I burnt out after 4 years at the ripe age of 26. Who the hell burns out at 26? And I got up and I was like, what am I gonna do? And everyone in my family, PR, 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 fall back on PR. And I did. I went into manage, marketing agencies, and I met who I thought was the love of my life, and moved to San Francisco. And what was a 2-year-long journey to get there ended up being a 3-month-long process after selling everything in my life and moving, displacing, to then come back with my tail so far between my legs. And who picked me up? My dad. And who gave me a next opportunity in my life was an old high school friend, Made with Love. He started this cocktail competition in Canada. And there I would meet the rest of my life, or at least the first or next step in it. I met Lauren. Took a few years before we met face to face, but email first. Met Dave Mitten. My first day when I turned 30, was when I met Dave Mitten. I met Sam Trudeau during Bombay. I met so many people who showed me and trusted when I decided and turned around and said, I want to step back behind the bar. So many people hated it, and they were like, who are you? Right? This was like 2011, 2012, in a place where people who were already behind the bar really believed that they were meant to be. And I was coming back from, they didn't know my story, and I just stepped back, and I came in, and I met so many people so far, and I realized that our community, through what we do, we are in link with so many humans that we see and meet every day on the other side of our bar. How we work within our communities, people who own businesses on our same streets, and how we build community, and that was what I was meant to do all along. It was just a different form of community. Like, people like to say, Queen Kate, yeah, Queen of Montreal, yeah. No, you know what? I'm fucking hella president of it. You know, like, I am prime minister in my own right, in my own way. And I will never be the one that needs to cut throats to get to where they need to be. I don't want to be that person. I want to keep elevating everyone. And I think that we managed to do that with our 6 establishments and the number of people we bring behind our bars and the number of people I want everyone in Montreal to meet, or everyone in the world to meet from Montreal. And I want to keep building community in that way. And I realize I'm actually ahead of my thing. Wow. I stand on a mountain of ashes that I keep rebuilding, and I keep becoming a new me. Today, you've officially attended another one of my funerals and rebirths. This was the most difficult thing I've ever done. And thank you, Lauren. And thank you all for witnessing this with me. And apparently, little me knew something about me 25 years later that I didn't already know. Don't worry, it was apple juice in there. I always needed to be like my aunties with a wine glass. Like, don't give me my apple juice in a real glass. But she knew something, how to live. And I reach milestones every year, and this year was a massive one, and top 4 tomorrow. And I just want to keep building with all of you, and I want to thank everyone who has ever played a minuscule, no matter what particle moment in the life of, like Boushel's life of moments. Thank you. I love you all. That is it.